Magical nigga. If you owe me, pay me in gold. Not interested in your checks. Better yet, you better invest and pay me in hex. Vest and pay me in hex. Vest and pay me.
What's going on, everybody? It's your host, the Crypto Wonder from the Crypto Wonder Podcast. Hope this episode finds you well. And as always, let's get right into it. So I was perusing through social media, specifically YouTube, and I caught a stream, and this gentleman was talking about his project and his coin, right? And he mentioned about a sacrifice for his project that, it ended because someone in the chat was asking if they could still sacrifice, and he said no, but that they could still sort of acquire another coin and then wait until his project launches. But if they do it that way, they still won't get the same amount as the people who sacrifice would get, like somewhere. And then I said to myself, you know what? I don't know about anybody else. I know I'm tired of hearing about some sacrifices, man. Like, this just become like the ICO 2.0. Like, this whole sacrifice thing that Richard started with this, this kind of sacrifice model. Richard started that in the crypto space, and so many people jumped on the bandwagon, right, and took advantage, because this is what people do. They follow the leader. They follow winners. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, every time I get up and I work, because I work, I'm sacrificing every day. I work 6 days, sometimes 7 days a week. And on top of that, when you focus on crypto, crypto's 24/7. Now, I don't trade crypto. I'm not into trading whatsoever at all. But you have to at least remain in the know. And that takes doing your research to see what's going on. Or else you miss a week, you miss a month. You miss a month, you miss half a year of information and events and occurrences that happen in crypto. Things move that quick, that fast. So it takes work, so I'm sacrificing so much because, again, I have a family to take care of. Like, I'm not single. Shout out to everyone out there who's living their lives. They're single. They don't have any, attachments, familial, family obligations, children, none of that, no spouses, partners. Shout out to y'all. I know what that feels like. That's not my reality. It hasn't been my reality for a while. But shout out to y'all who can just make decisions, right? At any time, at any point, and it'll only affect you and no one else. But that's not the case for me, because whatever I earn, I have to use to meet all of my obligations and commitments. You know what I mean? Right? I don't subscribe to certain philosophies. Shout out to certain communities where people just like, they're on their own solo mission. They just, wander the earth doing them, living life with no responsibilities. That's not my story. That's not my position. That's not my life. So at this point, because now I have to stretch that baseless fiat dollar, I have to stretch this dollar. Because your boy, your people, Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen, and all them, all these, world bankers and central banksters want to flip-flop with their decision making, in turn causing us to have to pay for it when we didn't do anything. We weren't the cause. Like, what did we do? You guys keep dropping the ball, don't know which way to go, don't know what the hell you're doing. For 2+ years, you quantitative easing, now you quantitative tightening, tighter than a mosquito's butt cheeks, and forcing me now to stretch my baseless fiat. And then I turn on the device and I'm looking at somebody telling me about a sacrifice that just ended. And not only that, there's another sacrifice for something else going on. This is why I try to tell y'all, I try to tell y'all something months ago, practically almost a year ago, right? Because July now coming is going to be a year since the pulsechain sacrifice started, right? So a year ago or so. And only people who've been in crypto know this. Like, once the chain, and I used to say this, once the chain launches, prepare for a deluge. I'm talking about a barrage of people coming in, trying to get you to spend your money or whatever they got to sell you. Be prepared for that. This thing didn't even launch yet. And you got a sacrifice happening damn near weekly. And I'm not even, really looking for it either. It's not like I'm looking for the next sacrifice. These algorithms work in funny ways. Just shows up on my feed. And I'm like, man, no respect for my baseless fiat. They got no respect for the sacrifice that I do on a daily basis. Zero respect. So how am I going to respect what they got to tell me? One guy was talking about the guy whose sacrifice just ended. He talk about how he's been in crypto. He's been in crypto for 10,000 years. Practically like wrote the Satoshi white paper, was right there with Satoshi typing up the white paper. Have you believe that, he's just like a big brain founder. In other words, allowing you as a viewer to know that he's 99%. He'll have you believe that he's 99% more knowledgeable than anyone else who's watching him, and how he got it all together, he got it all figured out. He knows what crypto projects, will win, and which others that will scam, et cetera, has worked for different companies and all that. Excuse me. And I'm saying to myself, you've been in this thing for this long, and now you just, what happened to the previous 9,999 years? Why now all of a sudden you showing up and you want to just, you see? It doesn't matter. Like, this is why I say, like, there's so many people that are just going to come out of nowhere and give you a nice story and tell you that whatever they got going on is better than everything out here. It's better than everything out here. And then the best ones are when they tell you they got like people in the community who've been in, the Richard Hart's community from day one, who are also behind the scenes in those projects. It's sort of like lend some credibility, right? Make you, but so if so-and-so is, and then they're anonymous. That's the thing, right? The ones from Richard's community, anonymous. Why they want to be anonymous? Because they don't want the fire and brimstone for the community. They don't want, because they know it can happen. I don't care what their intentions are anymore. Like, at this point right now, it's about, listen, focus on what's really important, because no matter how much kicking and screaming you got going on, blase, blah, 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 boom, 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 whatever, it's not going to make this, it's not going to make post launch any quicker. But these outliers, or these people who just want to come on to the community and this and that and this and that. Those who have good intentions, okay, that's going to remain to be seen. But then you got people who just say, sacrifice this and that. I'll give you the greatest, finest delivery, presentation, tell you everything you want to hear, make it seem like, oh, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Give me your money. They want your funds. They want everything that you work so hard to amass, or maybe not have worked so hard to. They just want it anyway. They want it anyway. Without a care. Not knowing now that with inflation on the rise, interest rates on the rise, any little thing that you have to hold on to much longer to make it work. To make both ends meet. Because you don't know what's happening. Because no one can tell you. You can't look at TV and turn on the news and expect to be told what's really happening. If you do, then you're a fool. Because if you let them tell it on television, like today with Jerome Powell, with his announcement, everything is the way it is because of, shortage and supply chain crisis, the war going on between Russia and the Ukraine, and the lockdowns that took place in China, and no mention whatsoever of the trillions of dollars that were printed these last 2.5+ years. From the U.S., from the Federal Reserve Government. No mention of that at all. No self-accountability. So you go back and you say, oh, okay. Well, all these, the gas price is because China was locked down and Russia, okay. I have to pay an arm and a leg now for the same goods and services that I was buying a year ago. I have to pay X amount more because supply chain crash. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I see. Because I had unemployment. In some cases, some people, because unemployment, folks were forced to stay home, and you paid them to stay home. Now they're being asked to give some of that money back if they can't prove that they actually lost the job, and et cetera, had nothing to do with the $10 trillion that were printed in the American Rescue Plan or the CARES Act or whatever act schmack you want to talk about. That had nothing to do with it, right? There was going to be no type of repercussions from quantitative easing, no type of repercussion, no kind of consequence at all. And no one's taken to the streets really. Like folks will, like, no one's really like looking at this and looking at the pandemic that's taking place in our wallets. Because this is not just isolated in the U.S., this is affecting the globe. 134 countries as of 2 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure it's different now, but as recent as 2 weeks ago, 134 countries had to deal with the inflation problems. Huge problem. Where South American countries like Argentina, their inflation rate was 58%. They don't know what anything costs in Argentina. They just increased 75 basis points today in the U.S. And we just, when pulsechain and, sacrifice, gonna sacrifice for this, sacrifice. What? What? Look, man. Miss me with the nonsense. Miss me with the laziness, the indifference, I should say. Until it's like people, I don't know what folks are waiting for to happen to really realize, like, hello, look at what's taking place here. Look at what's happening. It's sad. It's very sad and unfortunate that all these talks that have been had sort of like contrary to what mainstream wants the masses to believe, because if you're looking for information, you can find it. You have to do the work to read, study, collect the information, and then reach your conclusions. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing we talk about in crypto. Do your own research with crypto. Do your own research with life, too. It's not just limited to crypto. So many of us saw the calamities that was just unfolding, that was about to happen from all of this. Everybody was just so short-term sighted. It's like, they just printed all this money to take care of a short-term problem. Now we have to address a long-term problem, and it's going to hurt. And folks don't care. Folks, like, it's like I don't even see, wow. The uproar. What's the outcry? What's going on? What's going on? You know how many people who are into crypto right now, as small as the space is, really, because not many people, like, as far as, like, there's not 1 billion people dealing with crypto right now. Let's be for real. Maybe 500,000, maybe. And that's me wishful thinking, especially after what's taken place these last couple days and couple weeks. Luna Terra and Celsius Network and all the other scams. That's just siphoned and took away billions and billions of dollars from the people over the years. It's a small space. And you don't think there's hard people who work, like, who are working so hard, they can't even retire. Folks, their pension and 401k plans are not even solvent enough to provide whatever it is that they need to live the rest of their days in some sort of, like, comfort. When you have information right in front of you, charts, you have data, you have information, sound information, and then the television is telling you that, okay, there's a rally today, to make you believe a lie and have you now pour more money into a market where the indicators and the information that you have that suggests otherwise is telling you that it's pointing to a soon-to-be crash. Everything will soon experience a downfall, a downturn, a crash, possibly leading into a recession. Like, this is the talk that's taking place here, and the folks just don't want you to become too excited and too angry. Why? Why the hell not? Why do you think I talk? And it's true. Like, what's the alternative to all of this? What's the alternative? Because they're telling you your dollar doesn't have enough power, like it did last year or the year before. It doesn't have enough buying power. They said they found $13 trillion worth of gold in Uganda. Okay, we're going to see how that turned out for them. You know how many eyes are on Uganda right now, probably in the soil of Uganda trying to extract that gold? Hey, it's going to be something to tell. But anyway, that's a tangent, sidebar. But you see what the people are telling you. You see what's going on here. Accounts get frozen. You can't do a bank run anywhere you are right now. If everyone decided to go run to the banks to take the money out, the money's not there for the banks to give out. For your baseless, your worthless cash, they can't even give all of it out to anybody at any point, to everyone. They can't give all the monies out to everyone at any given point. And no one questions that. Like, that's not even like enough for people to just say, oh no, something got to give. Let's take it to the streets. Let's take it to the streets, man. Let's take it to the streets. We have what they call crypto, another system alternative to what this legacy monstrosity, in its most infinite oppressive nature, has inflicted on all of us. We have crypto to combat all of that. But people are afraid of crypto. I had somebody tell me too that they believe in God. They don't believe in crypto. Like, crypto's something for the devil. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Trying to dispel all these narratives. Try to talk with my own community outside of there. Because, my own personal life, try to tell people about these things. They're so resistant. They're so rigid. And, at some point I had to throw my hands up, and I don't even do it anymore. I don't browbeat anybody at anything. I don't do it because I wouldn't like it to be done to me. But when I present certain facts and certain hard, cold, irrefutable information that cannot be debunked, cannot. Do you have the power to negotiate with some kind of gas person at any gas station to pay less gas? You don't, right? You don't, right? But you see how it keeps going up, right? You know why? You know why? Can that be refuted? No. Cost of living is going up. Can you pretend that it's not? No. Every single thing has gone up. Can you pretend that it's not happening? No, you can't. Everything is at risk. This guy, Michael Saylor, talk about 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. I heard that narrative back in 2017. He's late. He is so late and wrecked. That's why he's talking that 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin, because the dollar value of whatever he had plummeted. He's wrecked. Wrecked. Super wrecked. Rizeked. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin, to suggest that everything will be valued in Satoshis one day, should Bitcoin ever supplant and replace the world reserve currency, the US dollar, whenever that'll happen. If that'll ever happen. I doubt it at this point. But he has to say that to save face. Because he leveraged. He used other people's money to leverage to acquire more Bitcoin for his company. And now they're wrecked. Rizeked. The misinformation is outweighing the pure, the truth. All the lies, it seems like is working against the truth. It's crazy. They're spinning the narratives on television. They're spinning the narratives in the media. They're spinning the narratives in crypto. They're spinning the narratives left and right. They want to spin your mind. They want to spin you out of an opportunity to really, really understand what it is to be sovereign. Understand what it is to be free, to exercise your rights as a human being, as a person who's allowed to live, to experience, to explore, to exist, to thrive. To just simply be. They're spinning us out of that. So we can be so dizzy and inebriated for being spun so hard that we don't even know which way is up, down, left, and right. We could be told anything and we'll take it as the truth. Sacrifice, pig. Give me another sacrifice. I don't care. I don't want to hear about no other sacrifice right now, man. That's real talk. For real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could, I don't care. You're not getting nothing. This, I already sacrifice, like I said, every day. Now I gotta find ways to stretch this dollar to help my family continue to eat, keep a roof over their head, protect them and love them. And I've just been doing that because that's what I do. No different than anyone else who understands what I'm talking about. That's the mission and the time I'm on. That's why I don't, subscribe to foolishness and stupidity. That's one thing I can't stand. And I don't believe, I have a couple people who I respect in the community who often say like perception is reality. Perception is not reality. You could perceive someone to be an intelligent person because they might be well versed or well knowledgeable in one area, but outside of that, they're bumbling idiots. Outside of that, the real truth is they're not intelligent because they show you their inadequacies. They show you where they lack, right? They show you some areas they just fall very short. I can't. I can't accept the games that people are playing right now. I'm watching things unfold. History repeats itself straight up too. That's another thing. Folks say, no, history does not repeat itself, but it sure does run. No, it repeats itself. This whole thing with the sacrifice mania, back to back, over and over. Sack this, sack that, sack this, sack that, sack this, sack. Pulsechain ain't even here yet. But you got all this sack. Shout out to the ones that, did the free claims and all that free. You guys, at least you had some kind of understanding and wherewithal to say, yeah, okay, let's try to get out let's try to be fair with the people and do something like that. But all these extras with the this and that and that and this, I don't care if you're good or not. I don't even care right now, man, because your motherfuckers ain't helping me pay nothing. You just want to, you got the bag already. Everybody got the sacrifice. They got the bag already, right? So you don't have to, you could promise me whatever. You don't have to deliver. I don't care. I don't care if you've been in Hex day one. You've been in Hex. So I don't give a fuck. Man, all that shit, keep that shit to yourselves. I don't care. Care about all that. Oh yeah, sacrifice. I'm here to, this and that, and I've been here, and my intentions. That shit sound nice until it's not. You're not speaking to idiots. You're not speaking to children. You got the bag. You know what I'm saying? How many other ICO people have come and gone? What they say about your man recently? I don't know if he had an ICO. Don't even care. The Terra Luna, Duquan, Muquan, Tuquan, Duquan, 2.5 bill. 2.5 billy. Got away with 2.5 billy? Billions. Add him to the list of all the other shady people that have done that. These cats over here, individuals, oh yeah, I'm going to sacrifice this and sacrifice. No, keep it. Keep all that energy. Keep it. Because I have to sacrifice daily and focus on what matters and what's important to me, not whatever shit you got to sell me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that, whatever y'all got going on. Everything is down. Everything is down. I mean, I'm even hearing NFTs, are going down to like no one's giving it so much light anymore. All that Bored Ape, Yacht Club, Schmott Club, this, that, whatever. NFT, not the same song anymore. Not the same. Other projects, 10 in, 10 out, Hourglass, this and that. The whole problem with those projects, they cannot keep the same momentum. They can't keep the same volume of people going in and out, right? So that's why they're easily labeled Ponzi, pyramid schemes. You need new, fresh money to pay the old, and that shit got to continue. And if you can't find a way to really sustain that, when you say it's not that, but you can't find a way to sustain that, the shit goes south. Bottom line, like that's it. I don't care how long this stuff been working. I don't care how long. If you can't keep the people interested and interacting with these 10 in, 10 out smart contracts, however they designed and developed, if you don't have the interest where it could go for a few years, for however long it exists, the momentum is high and it keeps on going high, creating a new phenomenon, changing the whole way people really think and do things, then it's going to be a dub. It's going to be a loss. You're going to have few winners and many losers. It is what it is. Now, you're going to have to find a way to create a vaccine to inject in your purse and intangible wallets to fight off this virus that they keep injecting into the economy, causing you and I to pay more for the same goods and services. Not even anything extra. The same stuff we've been getting. Anything extra, we got to pay more for that too. We already get taxed when we get our income, right? We already get taxed. Then you got to go and get taxed even more when you patronize businesses, right? It's just all a mess. So you can keep your dreams to yourself. Don't sell me any bag of goods because I won't be the one buying it. End of story. Richard, you need somebody in your team. You need somebody in your team that could advise you properly on your outfits, bro. The last one with them church shoes and them tube socks, that wasn't it, bro. It was not it. It was cringeworthy watching you, man. But I get what you're doing. But yo, come on, man. I don't care how much the thing costs. Them shoes, through it and the socks, nah, bro. Nah, man. Much respect though, but nah. You need somebody who can advise you and consult you properly. Somebody, you know, somebody. I'm sure they could benefit off of being around you, most definitely. But you know, I know you outrage, rage marketing and all that, but you don't have to be looking, you know, like, come on, man. You know, like the shoes nah, man. Nah, you're too intelligent, but I get it. Peace.